Yo, what's good? So, I posted a video earlier today. My predictions sucked. So, now I'm going to cop out and go for playoffs. Yay. Alright, so I'm just going to put my winner here, and I'll do the score, and, I'll just have a grand picture. I'll explain my picks. I'll do all of that. Let's start off with the AFC. So, Kansas City versus Tennessee. So, Tennessee sucks. Sorry, let me repeat that. Tennessee sucks balls. There we go. That wasn't hard. So now the score is going to be a little trickier. Alright, so let's think about this rationally. Tennessee's defense isn't bad. Their offense isn't bad. They're one of those mediocre teams that are like... So they're the good mediocre teams. Those would be like Buffalo and LA. But then they're the bad mediocre teams, and that's what Tennessee is. So KC is dynamic on both sides of the ball. I don't know. I don't think Eric Berry's coming back yet. But I see KC winning like 24 probably. I think KC's going to put up 24 points. You know what? Let me make this text smaller so it'll be easier for you guys to see. Well, whatever. Kansas City 24. Tennessee, I can't imagine them putting up that much of a fight, but they got to be putting up some fight. So I'm going to go 24-13. Tennessee probably won't get much past the defense. And so there's your game one score. 24 Kansas City, 13 Tennessee. Kansas City rolls on at Foxborough. Now let's go to the second one. Jacksonville versus the Buff. So first, shout out to Buffalo. First playoff appearance since 1999. So first playoff appearance of the decade. No, not of the decade, of the millennium. So yeah, that's a long time. Anyway, nice job, Buff. So let's look at this. Jacksonville versus Buffalo. Right. Jacksonville, we know, is a much better team. They have a really nice defense, and Shady might not even be available. He sprained his ankle today. So I can't imagine Buffalo getting too much done offensively. Tyrod Taylor's not ready to put the offense on his shoulders. But I think he'll have a decent outing. Put up a solid 23 points. But you forgot that Jacksonville's cornerbacks are amazing. They've got no running game. I say Bills put up 10. Jacksonville puts up a solid offensive showing of 28. Absolute blowout. Destroys Buffalo Mafia. Jacksonville moves on to face Pittsburgh. I have limited room, so I gotta keep it small. So I'm just gonna put abbreviations. Alright, so this is what the AFC West Divisional round is looking like. So let's go into the NFC. New Orleans at Carolina. This is an easy pick for me, simply because New Orleans is my pick to go pretty far. But this is going to be an interesting divisional showdown. Mainly because I don't trust Cam Newton. Personally, I think he's a terrible quarterback. I know it's going to get me a lot of hate, but he's not that good, at least in my opinion. But, I mean, the Panthers are always one to put up a fight. I think this is going to be a defensive struggle, so I think this is going to be a solid score of 17 New Orleans, 13 Carolina. Great defensive showdown. Neither of the offenses can get anything going. Carolina plans great for Ingram and Kamara. Or is it Kamara? Kamara. And New Orleans is just able to shut down the running back duo. So let's get into the Rams-Atlanta. So, Rams-Atlanta. This is going to be an interesting game for a lot of reasons. Well, the main one being, can Atlanta really get knocked out this early after last year? I mean, it's tricky thinking that Atlanta can get knocked out just like that. But the thing is the Rams are a good team on both sides of the ball. They're a complete football team, and those teams are normally pretty hard to beat. So, I mean, I don't know, that's a tough one, because obviously the Rams are the better team. Overall, the Rams are the better team. I can say that easily. Nothing goes through my mind. Like, hesitation. That's simple. But the thing is, Atlanta's really good in the playoffs. I don't know if they're... I mean, you saw them steamroll the NFC last year. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the upset here. I know this is probably a really stupid pick. 1 second, let me just make this consistent. But, you know, I'm feeling it. I think this is going to be a highly offensive showdown. 24 for the Rams, but a solid 34 for the Falcons. The Rams defense tears apart. They can't stop Freeman Coleman. So now we have the divisional round. KC, New England. We all saw it happen the first week. The last time KC played New England, it was kind of a close game, but not really. I feel like the same thing's going to happen here. New England's, I think, going to put up 31 against KC. KC's going to put up 21 sounds about right. I mean, to be honest, neither defense is amazing. Yeah, and both offenses are really good, but, I mean, I just can't think of a scenario where KC beats any in Foxborough. And I may have a little bias. I am possibly a Patriots fan. Wait, what was that? I didn't say anything. Hashtag Pats Nation, boys. 1 second. There we go. Alright. Now you all know my bias. Pittsburgh versus Jacksonville. This is going to be a tough one, but I think Jacksonville is going to beat Pittsburgh simply because Blake Bortles is trash. Don't get me wrong. Blake Bortles sucks balls. Blake Bortles is trash. He sucks. But the rest of the team is pretty dang good. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle. Pittsburgh can't get anything going. Remember last time Pittsburgh played Jacksonville? Jesus Christ. I think it's going to be 17-10. Pittsburgh can't get much going offensively. Brown is still not ready to play. Bell gets injured sometime in the game, most likely. Pittsburgh gets upset by Jacksonville themselves. And Jax moves on to play NE. Now, let's move on. New Orleans versus Philadelphia. I think New Orleans is going to come out. They're the better team. Philadelphia has no more Wentz. They got to go off the Foles wagon now. So I think this is going to be a highly offensive game. 34 for New Orleans. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a blowout. 34 for New Orleans. And I'm going to say 21 for the Eagles. The Eagles can't... The New Orleans is such a dynamic team that if they get something, anything going, the other team is, rip. So, yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there. Atlanta, Minnesota, this is an easy pick for me. There's no way Atlanta moves past Minnesota. Minnesota's got that stout defense and sick offense. Oops, not 128. They're going to put up 27 on Atlanta. Atlanta's going to put up maybe 17 if I'm being nice. Atlanta's just not going to get anything going, which sets this up for the conference championship. New Orleans versus Minnesota, and New England versus Jacksonville. So, let's just get this out of the way. Oops. Oh, let's go. Dang, it's still too long. Let's just go Pats. Yep, that's my pick for the AFC. I think this shouldn't be I shouldn't need to explain this pick too much. It makes total sense. Here, let me just... Okay, so I think Jacksonville is going to put up... I think it's going to be another offense showdown. Don't get me wrong, this is going to be an insanely close one, 31-27. With the Pats going to the Super Bowl. Now, as a Patriots fan, I would not like to see New Orleans nor Minnesota make the Super Bowl, because that would be bad news for the Patriots. So, what can I say? It's just bad news. So I guess what I'm gonna do is, I gotta get rid of my bias. I think Minnesota's gonna win. So I'm just going to drag you here. I think Minnesota's going to put up, I don't know, probably, I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Even though that doesn't make much sense, I think it will. 31 for Minnesota. New Orleans doesn't get much going. I'd say they're going to put up maybe 17. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a blowout. Anyway, Super Bowl time. Who's he going to pick? Who's the guru himself who completely correctly predicted the entire NFC playoffs? That's not like I got 5 out of the 6 playoff teams wrong. That never happened. Who's he going to pick for the Super Bowl? We're all dying to know. Yep, Minnesota loses home field Super Bowl. Suck it, Minnesota! Yep, suck it. As for the score, I don't know. Probably close. All Patriots Super Bowls are close. We see Thielen make a drop in the end zone. It deflects off into Butler's hands. 99 yards for the pick six to clinch the game. I've run out of space. I don't know why my text keeps disappearing in the PDF. So I'm unfortunately I'll just use a signature here. 1 second. Go to this timestamp when I'm done, or if you want to watch me struggle. Alright, so I'm just going to have to say it verbally. I'll probably just use the YouTube annotation here or something. But probably, I think, Pats 31, Minnesota 27. There it is. Your god, the prediction master himself, who didn't get 5 out of the 6 NFC playoff teams wrong, is set. You guys just, you know what? Yeah, this is a spoiler alert because I am literally showing you guys the playoffs as it happens. I'm not going to spoil any of the in-game moments, don't worry, but I'm spoiling the bracket for you guys. I know, I'm a bit of a bad man that way. Thanks for watching my crazy and awful predictions, most likely. If you want to see more, I have plenty of videos on my channel. I just posted one earlier today, in fact. But, yeah. Give this fool a sub or a like if you want. I don't care. I only use this for fun, not for anything else. But anyway, yeah, bye.